I'll turn that up a fraction. Okay, so see, you've got that made reasonably thin. Looks about a centimetre thick.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit slightly more.
Well, it's going to double in size.
Right.
When it's in there. I mean, the last one I had in there rizzed really well, and was thicker than I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect. I mean, but like I say, it's very forgiving material now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll stick it in here. The flour was slightly golden, and I turned it up a fraction there.
Right.
And if it cooks too quick on that first size, I'll juke it back down.
Okay.
But let's see.
So using the mobile phone as a timer?
Yeah, it's handy enough now. But my 8 minutes seems a bit over.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it 6, and then we'll just check what it looks like.
Okay.
I mean, I've talked to ones there in Dairy, and they call their soda. They call them, what's it, scones?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna bake a scone.
Right.
They put it on the griddle, and I asked the last day. I said, "How long do you leave it in there?" Half an hour.
Right.
Now I'm assuming, but I presume that would be on a wicked low heat, in a reasonably dry batter. But I taste the results. I mean, it could have been that special flour, the self-raising soda.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there's loads of ways of doing it. You know, this is just a. I like the way they come out like wee buns.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's sort of it's like a circular equivalent of the standard size soda bread.
Oh, you can get them like that, can't you? In
I
there.
think you can, yeah. But that's, to me, that's a perfect size for one person travelling.
Yeah.
You know, if I made one of those, or I could make one big enough to fill the pan, and then that would do me it would do me breakfast and lunch.
We should have tried this, shouldn't we?
Mm.
You see,
Still,
I would say.
if you've time, we'll do another one.
Okay.
If you've got enough bread or enough flour with you.
I would say that you would near enough. You'd be white. These here,
Mm-hmm.
I would say last about 3 days.
Right, stay fresh for 3 days.
Yeah. Well, if you kept it wrapped in plastic, it would go mouldy in 3 days, and if you left it out, it'd be stone hard within 3 days, type of thing.
Yeah.
I like to have them ate by the next day, because otherwise you have to sort of grill them or fry them just to get a bit. And they're really nice grilled, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're really nice grilled. I mean.
And what about putting it in the fridge? Does that do anything
The fridge
for
would
it?
dry it out again.
Dry it out.
You'd be forced to put a bit of butter on it and lightly fry it, or put it in a toaster if you have a toaster.
Well,
the main way I eat this bread is cheese on toast.
well, the camper toaster is this little device here, which, if you grab the handle there, folds out in your hands, sets up, flicks in. So you set the bread. This bit you heat up until it's red, and then you set your bread on top.
Right.
And they're a really good job. So maybe I'll be using this to toast these breads on the road.
But yeah, if you toast it there, we'll give it an extra day. And there's a big difference between it being stale and it being toasted.
Uh-huh.
You know, you know, it's actually nice instead of going great.
Well, if there was one if I made one the size of the pan, that like the evening before, and left it overnight, then in the morning I'd cut it in half, have some for breakfast, and have some for a salmon sandwich when I catch a salmon.
I'd like to see that, man. I've had a lad come back to the market there with a full salmon, and it was some eating, like unreal, like. I mean, they're definitely some noble beast. I would say you'd be right to make a full one there, because if I'm making all this mess, you would want to make it worth your while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, near enough, if I was in your shoes, though, I'd make about 3.
Mm-hmm.
But in all honesty, you would have problems eating 3.
Yeah. Well, I would. Yeah.
By the third day, you must really be sick of bread.
But then I actually like bread, so I would eat like every day. I would like to have bread with eggs for breakfast. Then I would make filled rolls or something for lunch.
Well,
so
they're
I could be
easier.
using this, yeah.
They're definitely easier. I mean, I could be biased by about the bought stuff, but I did. I wouldn't really buy bread.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I go, geez, they look so beautiful. I had to buy them.
Right.
And I got them to the house, and they're really, really dry, and I ended up having to toast them just to trying to get some flavour or something happening, and I just wasn't impressed. And I just know it's that wicked strong self-raising flour that they do in the shops.
Right.
And you'll see it. You'll see soda farrell self-raising flour.
Right.
You can't get it anywhere else. I don't know. I don't know.
Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get it down south now. Most probably, but the results look really, really good. If you wanted to impress someone, like.
Yeah. It looks good, but maybe doesn't taste as good as that you're saying.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that they're handy, yeah, but they just don't look as cute.
Yeah, because that, to me, that looks ideal because it's.
Well,
so
if you can get that texture,
yeah.
I would say you could near enough there stop putting fruit into that. The way remember the ones there you could get with little bits of apple in and stuff.
Sodas?
Yeah,
I don't remember those now.
Well, I've tried it there, and if you start putting like currants, if you get currants there, and what's the word? If you soak them in a bit of water overnight there, and put them through your bread there. I've tried apples as well, and it made the overall thing there a little bit too doughy to be enjoyable. But I'd say with them results there, you could near enough get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's our 5 minutes. So let's see, the old dear there would tell us there to check the sides. I would be tempted to give that another minute, but that looks about right, doesn't it?
It looks very good, yes.
So maybe we should keep to it and not burn it on both sides like I normally would. I'll be a bit worried about having it undercooked.
Yeah.
But I'd say we've near enough found the right temperature. We'll stick that on another 5 minutes. Geez, that would be a great... Because they might be cooking quicker because they're smaller. Me going about 8 minutes. Like
Might be the thickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, 5. I normally I would have said 8 to 10 minutes, but the proportions would be like, at least twice the size of that. But that's what you want, really, isn't it? That kind of golden.
So did you just say 6 minutes there?
No, I stuck it on 5.
5? Oh, 5, right, okay.
But I'm thinking 6. Well, that's what I did last time. I was thinking 6. I thought,
Right.
put it on 5, and then we'll have a look at it. We'll taste it.
Yeah. That looks really good now. That the texture and the colour of that one.
Yeah. I rarely get these results at home, and it could be the flour. I'd normally buy the cheapest what I can get away with there, but.
And this is the organic flour that we've got.
Yeah, but I do know in cooking there, if you cook with good ingredients, your food's going to be nice. As simple as that. I mean, if you can get away with making good food with bad ingredients, well, fair play to you. But it won't be plain sailing, like. But also the gas. I think gas is a lot more. It's a lot more instant and steady temperature.
Controllable as well.
Yeah. Whereas the electric, I don't know. I'm constantly like spinning it around, trying to make sure that there's no heat. Sometimes it cooks on one side, and you can see it that it's rising on one side and not the other. And it's in the centre of the ring, like. So you spin around.
Have you got a little camping stove?
I don't know.
Because you could give that a blast.
It would seem really decadent having loads of electricity around me, and then I've used it when the electricity's off. Like.
Oh, you have to wait for the next power cut then.
No, I'm dedicated. I mean, the thing is, I've got I've got a cast iron frying pan at the house,
Uh-huh.
and I absolutely love it. Like, I plan to go travelling there later on in the year, and I'll have to leave the frying pan behind. I'll be heartbroken.
Too heavy.
Yes, no, it's not right. I mean, I should donate it to a cause, maybe. But you can get them. You can get stainless. Well, they're hard to get. You can get stainless steel frying pans.
Uh-huh. Where are you planning to go then, yourself, when you hit the road?
I know this doesn't sound right, but I want to go to Germany,
Uh-huh.
and if they don't take me up, I mean, I wouldn't have the language there, so I couldn't be that useful to them. But if I don't find a place, I would like to just sort of float around Europe for as long as I can till coming back.
Excellent.
The theory is that, you know, you're living in the first world, and if you can't survive there even without the language, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's just I get a bit long in the tooth. I've been threatening about travelling for a long, long time. Well, I was going to do it last year, but I scored work,
Uh-huh.
so I got convinced to stay.